Okay, part 2. Let's move on. Already did the 3 modes. The laser, the humanoid robot, and beast mode. From here, I'm trying to remember which one's easier to get to. I think it is this. I'll fold this up. Yeah, it is. Alright. Pop this off. It was nice to actually see these being used in a mode. It made sense. Click you down. This is the tricky part with this mode. You have to twist this, but you have to pull it out a little bit. I think this twists as well. This part goes underneath. That wasn't down, that's why it wasn't working. And here's one of the things that's been bothering me. So, not a cheap toy. Get him out, transform him. Look right here. I can get it focused. That's very tight. And it's starting to crack there, and I don't know if that's going to affect something later on. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just rubbing up against something on the inside. Still bothers me. Hopefully if they redesign this, they'll fix that part. Or a third party will come out with something, because I have other issues with this. I'll talk about that later. Pop up the beast mode head. Turns into a little winglet. And I think... oh. There we go. This pops underneath. And there. Everything fits together really nicely. I do have to say that. Definitely a this is a very toyetic toy. I mean, this is Hasbro Takara quality transformation here. Did I even do that right? I don't know, that seems like it shouldn't be popping out like that. Let me try to spin this around. Yeah, that looks a little better. Don't want to break my new toy. There. Yet again, this thing just sits out. And if these weren't here, or they would push forward, this could kind of, I mean, I guess you could do that anyway. This drill bit, ugh. Alright, we're in focus again. So these guys, you can pop them, fit them up here, fit them over here, whatever you want. I think the official transformation shows them here. They fit pretty good there. I think I'm gonna actually try to... This is the other thing. So while I'm trying to do this, it feels like right here, this is gonna break. It just doesn't feel right. One of the other things that kind of bothers me about this is these that don't go anywhere. Like they could have fit here, that'd have been cool. Could have added onto the wings. Could have clipped underneath on top. This final hour edition. There is this nice little place right here where if you can squeeze them in there, get them to stick. Yeah, they kind of serve as an underwing function, but they're not very tight in there. This is actually where we're supposed to put something in another mode, but I'm going to work on that. I'm sure someone out there will come out with an add-on kit for a use there. It just seems like they should have either waited a month and fixed that or not included them at all because they're kind of not purposeful. But here we go. Pretty nifty. This is the Air Striker mode, or Air Strike as it says in all of the things, pamphlets. Definitely one of the better modes, being a big sort of space jet. There. Alright. Trying to figure out what else to do here. This part flips over. Actually, I hit it right. You need to spin. There we go. Oh, that's what's stopping it. Yeah, stuff gets in the way of itself a lot on these. Put it over to the drill tank mode, which is one of my favorite modes, albeit flawed. Still one of my favorites. And the flaw is kind of something you may not care about, or something that will make or break whether you buy this toy or not. If you're a fan of drill tanks, you want a really cool drill tank, first off, here goes this again. I fold up my guns to hide them. If these had been able to fold and fit on top, would have been a way cooler looking tank mode. Why am I having so much trouble with that? There. This is one of the parts that worries me too. These little nubs here are supposed to click into the holes there, and they do it pretty tightly right now, but that feels like that's gonna be something that falters later. Click those in to completely hide those guns. Alright. Beast mode's nice and hidden. Wouldn't even know if it didn't tell you. Alright. Click that over. And you'd think that this would click in somewhere or this would click in somewhere. These are both just loosely fitting in here, so that's a little bit disturbing, that they didn't just make a little spot for this to click in. It doesn't even feel like it really needs to. This would have been nice. And here's your drill. But if you see what I mean, there. Seems like this is just kind of flopping around. Not the end of the world by any means. Here's another part. So these guys are supposed to fit into his hands, which they do. Oh, almost forgot that. Or they fit up here, which they do. But then you leave these out. This is way more close to the G1 toy. Pop them in there. At least look-wise, I'm not even sure if it fit in there normally. This guy gets very tanky and really quick if you pop it on there. And then these, I fold up on, put them on these little tabs. Sorry, it's hard to do. This is my own little fan mode for this. I'm trying to get these to be used in every mode. So far it's just that plain mode, which you'd think would be the easiest one, but there you go. There's your drill tank. The part that I don't like about it, not even the guns. Guns are fine. They just sit there and look pretty. Kind of, without the weapons though, he does look really blue and white. This is the part that I don't like. The drill doesn't turn. What good's the drill that don't spin? Comes apart for some reason. I would rather this have been nixed and just have this drill removable and let it spin. Because then you wouldn't A, need this part, B, you could pop it off and like maybe give it to him as a weapon or something. Make it the beast mode's tail. That'd have been cool. There's a lot of things you could do with this drill, but they wanted to make this fit together so bad. I mean, there's other parts that come off. It's not going to be 100% transformation. This part hindered it. Awesome if a third party would come out with something. Another third party would come out with something that would make this removable and pop somewhere else. But who knows if that's going to happen, how well this released. Onto the final mode, which, depending on how you feel about it, is my favorite mode. Because I am huge into boats. Well, not so much boats, but boat formers. So, the fact that they included this is pretty nice. Actually, you can leave that on there. That doesn't even do anything. Flip you over. I flip this a lot, and I'm not sure if you even need to for this. This actually stays in here, I think. Yeah, this pops out. So this is where it gets tricky. You gotta pop this, a little hole in the leg. I don't know if you can see it. Doesn't really matter if you can. But this has always been the part that and mind you, it's really nice engineering. It's just not very intuitive. I'm gonna have to pull this up and do it close. There! Hey, look, I got it! On camera and everything. Okay, pop that in. That. This part, this is another part that's a little tiresome. This is supposed to peg in here. It doesn't really do it very well. And if you do it the wrong way, if you have this guy flipped wrong, it doesn't do it at all. So that might be, no, actually it looks like it's okay. Just doesn't peg in there very tight. Kind of just sits in there. This part is supposed to go down this way. He's definitely very boaty. They fill this out nicely. So there you go. Now this is where he alters from his Generation 1 self. I think these are supposed to clip on up here. Yeah. Is that the original version, this is a hovercraft, it's not a boat. And you can open this up or just leave it, whatever. I honestly could care less at this point. It seems kind of there. So his G1 version, this is supposed to be like a pontoon hovercraft where this part folds down and he just skips on the ground. They just changed it obviously because it was a bizarre mode to begin with. But you can kind of pull something off like that if you pop these on here, stick them there. I think I'm gonna work a way to put these like that maybe. It's a lot cooler looking boat. Really using the hands to make these sort of fan modes really makes this guy a lot better. But there he is. Function X's Madlaw, all the forms. He's about $110, give or take. Way cheaper than Hexatron, but also not as much into him. So let me know what else you think. He's pretty cool.